Good morning. It's morning for me. Good afternoon or evening, whatever time it is for you when you click on this video. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Jenny. Welcome. I'm going to talk about this whole lawsuit litigation. It's a multi-district litigation in MDL with Meta, TikTok, and Snapchat. I wanted to know who was the first to get this started. So I asked ChatGPT, So I used ChatGPT to give me resources. So I will put it on the screen. The first person to start this was Brittany Doffing individually and as next of friend to minor plaintiff MK. So she's filing this for a minor complaint for personal injuries to Meta platforms, formerly known as Facebook and Snap. In these digital public spaces, which are privately owned and tend to be run for profit, there can be tension between what's best for technology company and what's best for the individual user or for society. Business models are often built around maximizing user engagement as opposed to safeguarding users' health and ensuring that users engage with one another in safe and healthy ways. Technology companies must step up and take responsibility for creating a safe digital environment for children and youth. Today, most companies are not transparent about the impact of their products, which prevents parents and young people from making informed decisions and researchers from identifying problems and solutions. So, I don't know who wrote that, but probably her attorney. Protecting Youth Mental Health, United States Surgeon General's Advisory, December 7th, 2021. I wanted you guys to know it did not start with Eugenia. So the plaintiff, on behalf of herself and as next of friend to her minor child, so this is about her minor child, MK, brings this action against Meta Platforms Incorporated, formerly known as Facebook Inc., doing business as Instagram and Snap, doing business as Snapchat, and alleges as follows. This product liability action seeks to hold defendants' products responsible for causing and contributing to a burgeoning mental health crisis perpetrated upon the children and teenagers in the United States by defendants and specifically prefers for personal injuries caused to the plaintiff and her minor child. Oh, caused MK's addictive use of and exposure to defendants' unreasonable, dangerous, and defective social media products. So her child was addicted to social media. Does not say their age. This is two. On December 7th, 2021, the United States Surgeon General issued an advisory cataloging extensive evidence showing a dramatic increase in teen mental health crisis, including suicide, attempted, and inpatient mental health admissions. Wow. Between 2007 and 2018, for example, suicide rates among youth ages 12 to 16 in the U.S. increased a staggering 146% from 2007 to 2018. Incidents of serious depression and dissatisfaction with life in this age group have likewise increased dramatically. Wow, because they're constantly scrolling and seeing other people's lives, and when you're young, your brain doesn't know that, like, that's probably not real. That's not how they live every day. It's a comparison thing, comparing your life to others. We should never do that. But kids don't know that. The most significant and far reaching change to the lives of young people during this period, 2007 2018, was the widespread adoption of mobile social media platforms. Prominently, the Instagram and Snapchat products designed and distributed by defendants. By 2014, 80% of high school students said they used a social media platform daily, and 24% said that they were online almost constantly, according to a Pew Research Center report. By 2018, 45% reported being online almost constantly in a follow up report. Many children and teenagers spend hours throughout the day and night using defendants' Instagram and Snapchat products. That's not okay. Peer-reviewed, this is number 4, peer-reviewed studies and the available medical science have identified a particular type of social media and electronic device used associated with major mental health injuries, including depression, self-harm, EDs, suicide attempts, and ideation, dissatisfaction with life, depression, and sleep deprivation. Both large observational studies and experimental results point to the heavy use of social media products as a cause of increased depression, the unalive thoughts, and sleep deprivation among teenagers, particularly teenage girls. I know it. I lived it. My daughter, she's 19 now. She's good, but it absolutely is, oh, so harmful for their mental health. They are way too young. 14, you should not be on Instagram. You shouldn't be on Instagram at like 21 either, because your brain is still not fully developed. You cannot, it's hard to discern when you're young. So number 5 says defendants have invested billions of dollars to intentionally design their products to be addictive and encourage use that they know to be problematic and highly detrimental to their users' mental health. For example, internal non-public data collected by Instagram and Snapchat reveal large numbers of its users, particularly teenage girls, are engaging in problematic use of its products. Instead, the problematic use identified in the medical literature is precisely the type of use the defendants have designed their products to encourage through psychological and manipulation techniques, sometimes referred to as persuasive design, that is well recognized to cause all of the hallmarks of clinical addiction. Wow. This is 6. Plaintiff brings claims of strict liability based upon defendants' defective design of their social media products that renders such products not reasonably safe for ordinary consumers in general and minor users in particular. She also brings claims for strict liability based on defendants' failure to provide adequate warnings to minor users and their parents of danger of mental, physical, and emotional harms arising from foreseeable use of their social media products. The addictive quality of defendants' products and their harmful algorithms are not fully known or appreciated by minor users and their parents. So true. We'll read number 8, and then I'll link this for you guys, and then we'll talk about it, okay? I'm not going to read all of the court document, though. The plaintiff also brings claims for common law negligence arising from defendants' unreasonably dangerous social media products and their failure to warn of such dangers. Defendants knew, or in the exercise of ordinary care should have known, that their social media products were harmful to a significant percentage of their minor users and failed to redesign their products to ameliorate these harms or warn minor users and their parents of dangers arising out of the foreseeable use of their product. In other words, defendants intentionally created an attractive nuisance to young children, but failed to provide adequate safeguards from the harmful effects they knew were occurring on their wholly owned and controlled digital premises, which defendants refer to interchangeably as the metaverse. Instagram is a photo sharing social media application that originally enabled users to post and share photos that could be seen by other users who follow the user. A user's followers could like and post comments on the photos, and Instagram was purchased by Facebook for approximately $1 billion in 2012. Wow. Instagram was a problem, and I'll come back to this in a moment, but Instagram was a big problem when I was raising my daughter because she wasn't allowed to have Instagram because of this. What is it with Instagram? I see basically corn on Facebook as well. I open up my Facebook, like one of them one day was a Jesus Facebook page about God and Jesus, but in their stories was a woman's butt crack. Okay, I don't want to open up my Facebook and basically see corn. Okay, I don't want to see you humping your pillows. That's gross and weird. And why is that allowed on social media? How come people like me who just want to bring good information to you, want to be a positive influence and all of that, how come we can't make it even in the algorithm, but these nasty hoes can? How is that okay? How is that fair? And these children being on social media, I know you can say all you want. Well, don't allow them to have it. Don't let them have it. Okay, so you're going to go with them to the bathroom? You can go with them and lay in bed with them every night when they go to sleep and make sure they're not downloading anything on their phone? Are you going to go with them to school and sit with them in class? Are you going to be at their side every single moment of every single day? No, you're not, especially if you have more than one kid. So something needs to change with social media where these kids can't even download the app. I don't know how they're going to do it. Obviously, this has been a problem for many years. We're on year 6, I believe, of them going through all of this. So I really just wanted to let you guys know it did not start with Eugenia. It started with this woman right here in 2022. But there was something before that in 2019 that I can't see. I don't know what happened. But Instagram is it's detrimental to your mental health. It can be if you don't know, if you can't discern like from what's real and what's not, what's being portrayed as real. Like my morning routine, I woke up at 5 o'clock. No, you didn't. You probably did that last night. You're getting ready for bed and you're like, oh, I look cute, I'm in my PJs, you know uh I look cute, let me film something and have it scheduled to be posted in the morning so that it looks like I woke up at 5 o'clock and I look like this when I woke up. No, guys, it's all fake. And we know that as adults. We know this. We know that when you see a creator walking down the road, that they had to go put their tripod there, go back across the street and walk. And when they get out of the frame of the camera, they have to go back across the street, get their tripod and camera. Hopefully no one stole it. It's ridiculous, okay? But that's what content creators do. I really am so curious what's going to happen with this. How are they going to change things? How do you think they could change things? I don't know what they could do, honestly. What do you guys think they could do to change social media to make it safer for kids? Or, I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, it's hard to control what your kid does on their phone. What I would do personally, what we will do for our kids, is get them a phone that you cannot download apps on, and they do have those. They have those, but the tablets, iPads. We do not have iPad kids. We do not. We tried that, and no, that's not good for their mental health either. To be staring at a screen. Go outside and play, please. So this says Snapchat utilizes unknown and changing rewards that are designed to prompt users to use Snapchat in excessive and dangerous ways. The streaks and stuff, Snap knows, or should know, that its design has created extreme and addictive behaviors by its largely teenage and young adult users. Indeed, Snap knowingly, and they're not saying Indeed as in the app, like Indeed, Snap knowingly or purposefully designed its products to encourage such behaviors. This is 35 in this document. It says this design is akin to a slot machine, but marketed toward teenage users who are even more susceptible than gambling addicts to the variable reward and reminder system designed by Snap. The system is designed to reward increasingly extreme behavior because users are not actually aware of what actions will unlock the next award. I don't use Snap, so I have no idea. What, do you have to act like crazy and then you win something? Instagram, like Snapchat, is designed around a series of design features that do not add to the communication and communication utility of the application, but instead seek to exploit user susceptibility to persuasive design and unlimited accumulation of unpredictable and uncertain rewards, including likes and followers. In the hands of children, this design is unreasonably dangerous to the mental well-being of underage users' developing minds. Why don't I have that many followers? Why doesn't anybody like my post? That it's hard enough for an adult. Like, I'm trying to create something here, and as an adult I get discouraged when I see someone else, doing what I'm doing, but they're much better at it. It discourages me. But then I know to change my thinking and have it encourage me to be better at what I love to do, right? Kids can't think like that. They don't know to think like that. And everybody should know that. I would think, these companies would know that. Internal meta documents identify the potential of reduction in usage by their minor users as an existential threat to their business and spend billions of dollars a year marketing their products to minors. Defendants have intentionally designed their products to maximize users' screen time using complex algorithms designed to exploit human psychology and driven by the most advanced computer algorithms and artificial intelligence available to two of the largest technology companies in the world. One of these features present in both Snapchat and Instagram is the use of complex algorithms to select and promote content that is provided to users in an unlimited and never-ending feed. Defendants are well aware that algorithm-controlled feeds promote unlimited scrolling, a type of use those studies have identified as detrimental to users' mental health. However, this type of use allows defendants to display more advertisement and obtain more revenue from each individual user. Bam. Case closed. They don't care, because when you see an ad on Instagram, they get paid. When you see an ad, click on it, look at it, they get paid. You see an ad, click on it, buy something, they get paid even more. All of it is about advertising and money. Advertising and money go hand in hand, honestly. If you know, you know. I'm going to wrap this up. This is going to be way too long just to tell you guys that it did not start with Eugenia. It started with a woman coming to, I guess she went to an attorney and said, look, my child I cannot get him or her off of their social media. It has been detrimental to their mental health. I know my daughter was extremely depressed at one point in time, and your kids don't always tell you what's going on and why they're feeling that way. And she was not allowed to have Instagram, but she would, because when you tell a child they can't have something or they can't do something, they're going to do it. If you are too strict with your child, they will rebel big time. So her dad was the one that didn't want her to have Instagram. Well, I got tired of being like, where's your phone? I have to go through it and all that. So I talked to her dad and I said, let's just allow her to have it. I think she was like 15 at that, 14 maybe. And I said, let's just allow her to have it because she's going to have it anyway. And instead of her getting in trouble all the time, allow her to have it, but we will control it. And it's been fine. But, when she was young, and anyway, I won't tell you all her stuff, but we did have issues with Instagram. Okay? How are we going to keep our kids off social media? I know for me personally, I'm not giving my kids phones. They will, like I said, have a phone that can call and text, but as far as social media, they will not have that. Computers and such would be hard to control, but because I blocked websites and my son unblocked them. It was Roblox. I was, he got grounded from Roblox, so I blocked the website so we couldn't install it again. Well, he knows, they're very smart children, okay? They know computers more than I do now. So anyway, what do you guys think we could do to keep kids off of social media until they're like out of high school? Because it is a distraction in school. It's just not good for the young developing minds to be comparing themselves to others on the internet all the time. That's all Instagram is. Look how great my life is, or look how sad my life is. It's either one extreme or the other. So if you're like me and you're right in the middle, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because we are just in the middle. We are just Switzerland. No, I think we need to figure out something to do with social media and keeping kids off of there. And I'm going to let y'all go. I don't want this to be really long. And yeah, I don't know how to end it. I never know how to end my YouTube videos. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said, and I'll keep you up to date with this case, of course. I think I've talked about it like 5 times already. Just want y'all to know it did not start with Eugenia, and she is not the only creator mentioned in this lawsuit. I just will be back with a whole list of other creators in this lawsuit. This is just where it started, but I have 30 seconds left on this timer. So you guys have a good day, and happy November. Yay. Turkey Day is coming up. Christmas is coming up. I am so happy. So have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.